being touched by someone, no, I don't miss it. I like as long as I can, do it myself. I don't actually miss doing it with someone else. Anyone? Is there anyone else that can be
Okay.
How you feel about that?
She is broken. She may have been molested. She's lying. Greetings and salutations to you all. 'Tis I, Jess Henry, the original, the one, the only, the always ready for a show. And here's my good friend, and should I say my good cousin.
In the Colonel Sanders voice? Come on, man. I won't chicken.
This is Wiz. That's his name. Everybody knows this Wiz.
What is going on?
It's wise wisdom.
Oh my God.
Wisdom is what he has.
It's wise, y'all.
So much of it's a plenty. Its wisdom is the proper use of knowledge.
Proper Harry Potter. Come on, man. Yo. It's Wiz people. It's the flesh. How y'all doing out there, good people? Today, we got another video led by yours truly. And this one is going to be a compilation of 3 videos I handpicked to pick at Just Henry's brain, because we love talking about relationships. They're fun.
Oh,
They're fun.
what he gonna do now?
But they're not long. We're not gonna hold you, right? They short TikTok videos encompassing people commenting about being single. That's so good. I love that.
Single.
We're gonna ad-lib that. That's good. I'm taking that. We're cutting that. We're gonna add that.
Oh Lord, here we go now.
Y'all ready?
Man.
You ready?
Oh, I'm born ready.
Let's get it. First video.
As a person who's been single for a while, I always get asked why or how I'm single. I think the better question is, why are there not more dateable people? As a person who's been single...
KP Incest, what you think? First off, how old do you think she is?
Dude, great minds think alike. Like, I was gonna say, like, I think she may be like 23. I'll give her 20, 22.
Okay. She a young girl nonetheless.
Mainly because of just how you pose the question. Like, why aren't there more dateable people? So, all I hear is, it's never my fault. I'm not the one who's wrong. It's all these people that are terrible. They don't meet my standards. They're just not good enough for me. So I let them go.
Gotta let them go.
Stay single.
Like leaves in the wind.
So honestly, all I hear is pain and misery. I hear that hindsight 2020 of I may have made a bad decision, but I'm not gonna lose face on that decision though. So pride is a hairy beast, okay?
When we talk about Brittany Renner and our discussion with DJ Academics, the deflection tool here, this is a prime example of my fear of bringing hosts. If I ask you a question, don't answer my question with a question that gets nowhere in a conversation. That's the first.
I think that's a pet peeve of
sure, it could be a pet peeve, but any person, like imagine you say something's wrong, and then they say, why can't this be wrong? That's not addressing what you thought the problem was.
Heard it. True.
That's if you say, well, I got a toothache, why your heart hurt? What?
I'm trying to fix my tooth.
What? Yeah, it just we're not getting to anywhere. We're not addressing the claims. So
Well, of course. But why would they participate, especially when getting to that goal will pretty much decimate their argument, decimate their point of view,
or hold them accountable. Like,
but they're avoiding accountability.
and I showed this video because I got little cousins of my own,
Mhm.
right? And they're young women. I know young girls think like this.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Renner's constituents, as you would say, think like this.
Hey.
Men in the manosphere believe women think like this.
Mhm.
We have daily wrap-up crew who present women who think like this.
I've dated women who think like this.
Right? It's not healthy. It's not healthy thinking to answer questions with questions. Address it. So of course I found videos that attempt to address it. 2 more. Y'all stay tuned. You ready?
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Is there anyone else that can be single for years because they don't miss the physical touch? I've always felt weird to be like this because none of my friends are, and they all talk about, yeah, you know how when you're single, after a month or 2, you're kind of missing, you know, doing the deed or being touched by someone. And every time I'm like, no, I don't relate. I can't relate to that. I can spend years being single and I don't give a because I don't miss it. I don't miss anybody touching my body in any way, shape or form. And I only miss it if I'm in a relationship with someone because I actually miss the person and the intimacy that we have. But in general, like, and I'm not like talking about, you know, personal pleasure, because of course I would miss sex after a while, but being touched by someone, no, I don't miss it. I like as long as I can, you know, do it myself. I don't actually miss doing it with someone else. Anyone? Is there anyone else that can be
Okay.
single?
Okay.
How you feel about that?
She is broken. She may have been molested. She's lying as well. So I mean, there's a lot to that. I get it. I get what you're trying to say, but you're not. That's not you, because then that means you're superhuman, like, or you're like some ulterior type of human. Because we're all communal. We want companionship. It's human nature. And you could disguise it by saying, oh, I got my friends. I got my, my dog, my cat, But we all know what the real is.
Here's why I think that video is interesting, and it's harping on you saying she may have been molested, because the questions when I saw it, I was asking myself, is she being genuine? Is this an excuse? I used to be super close friends with a woman who, as what she claimed, I don't know the validity. So she said her neighbor molested her and she just never got it. He's like randomly grabbed her as she was walking home from school one day. She's 16 at the time. Changed her life. She never wanted to be touched again, but she had 2 kids following it. So when I was talking to this woman,
out of obligation or something, huh?
She didn't. It wasn't with the dude who molested her.
No, I'm saying like she felt that she had the children out of obligation. I feel
potentially, but yeah, I just
think of sex as the same thing.
Yeah, it could be the case. So this woman shout out to the world full of ethnicities, because she's a very attractive to me. I don't know, Russian.
Okay.
I don't know what her ethnicity is. European, whatever the case may be. But I found her perspective so interesting, and it was accidental. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna put this there after this young woman who believes that's not her fault. And so now, who's at fault here for her thinking that's what the video posed and brought to me? Because like I said, I have personal experience with a young woman of the sort, but this young woman did go out and do the procreation because I think, and I'm pretty sure Jordan Peterson will agree, because as he's sitting there trying to argue, well, he's trying to argue in one of his 12 Steps to Life book about human beings being neurologically programmed for companionship, and one of the key ways of happiness is companionship. But she's arguing, nah, I'm cool being single.
I don't need any of it.
Yeah, I can pleasure myself with just toys.
It doesn't compute, because she was trying to differentiate between just intimacy and actual sex. She was trying to say that there's more to me than just sex. The physicalities of being
a complex
this
creature. That you are.
Nah, you're not.
We're complex beings, man.
You're simply a liar. Like, you're simply. And then, okay, let's say you weren't molested. Let's say you weren't molested.
So now she's living in a
that means you've never been pleased. You have a white horse that you achieved and no one else has been able to achieve.
White horse, unicorn. Henry just hit y'all with that Ben Shapiro.
Just saying.
His argument against WAP, where I believe he cited 40% of women don't receive orgasms. That white horse
is a real thing. I have met women that did not have the big O. I was shocked. I'm talking about, I'm a novice in the game and I'm shocked because I read, and I was, at the time I thought I was well versed. I was like, man, I'm watching these here flicks. I know what I know. I know what I need to know, But come to find out, people, not only their actual physiology can be wired differently, like the actual human being themselves. Met women that they're turned on by their bosoms, some women by their feet, some women by their minds, some women whatever. So now that we got this under wrap, we can go ahead and say this can actually what's the word? I messed up. Not metastasize. How do you say it? It can mutate. It can modulate into something great.
Okay.
No?
I don't know what's good.
Where are you going with this? Honestly, I don't know where I'm going with
You're
this.
just feeling the vibe. Riding the wave. I'm with it.
All I'm saying is that when... Honestly, I really did lose my train of thought. What was I saying?
If she can...
Before that.
I don't know.
You don't remember what I said before that?
You've met women that haven't caught the big O.
There it is, big O. So, and the lack of being able to pick up on that quick, it actually helped me, because there's a woman that I actually learned that the wiring of her was slow paced. As in, I didn't even need to touch down there before to be able to get her there. What I did, talked to her, went out, we walked, we talked, ain't stressed about it, gave her a massage. That was that. I thought that was the get in. You give her that massage, you trying to get that happy ending. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just joking. But at the same time, I'm serious. So that sheer fact that people can physically be wired differently and then mentally be wired differently. That's where I was. That's what I was trying to get back to.
But you said that. It's when you were like, I was a novice in the game and I was watching these flicks and I
thought I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I went off by a tangent and I just...
So in relation to this young European woman here, I'm...
No, do the accent. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm
it's
assuming.
The accent, not her skin color.
I'm assuming. you're saying that she feels this way because she may have not had the big O. If had she not been molested.
No, I think that she gave herself the big O and no one else has been able to.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that she may she may have a social ineptitude. You may not know. So it just may just be like something that social, that lack of social prowess or whatnot.
Okay.
It may be manifesting itself this way.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying. I just think she's just not being all the way forthcoming.
Okay.
But at the same time, I get what she's trying to say. But she full of it.
Alright. The final video, good sir. Again, I like we got waves. It's a narrative here.
Let's get her done. Oh Lord. Just the way she looks. She's so Karen-esque right now. Sorry. More like a Britney. She looks like a Britney. A sassy Britney.
We gonna let this video play?
Come on, Maestro. You the one with the clicker?
My personal breakdown of 90% of the online conversations I've had in the last 2 weeks, and the two types of men that I've come across the most. The first guy, and the most plentiful one, is the guy who can't carry on a conversation to save his life. You spend a lot of time on surfacey stuff. He doesn't ask very many questions. There's very little ebb and flow, and you have to wonder if the guy even has any depth, because every time you try to talk, it's like pulling teeth. He's the "what are you doing today? How's your day going?" guy. That's about the extent of it. Guy number two is the guy who's obsessed with relationships. He's the one that jumps into your conversation immediately saying, "Do you want a long-term relationship? Is that what you're looking for?" I don't know if this because they've ran into a lot of women who want friends with benefits or what the case is, but this is the man that wants to jump into texting and FaceTiming within minutes of talking to you. And they come across very brash and very clingy because of the way that they address things. My personal breakdown of 90%.
Can't be incest. The third one is she makes two claims. So she makes a claim and then two what is the word I'm thinking about?
Two facets to it.
Argument. It starts with a P. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it is what it is. She makes two claims. She makes a claim and two supporting facts.
Got it.
Two supporting
Points?
Right. Two supporting points to her claim. So my first question is, do you believe she's delusional like the first one?
Do I believe she's delusional?
Yes. Or she's deflecting. It's them and not me.
Sorry. No. I don't think she's completely in delusion. I think she is speaking out of a bit of frustration, irritation, so on. Mm-hmm. She's not wrong. I just wouldn't agree. Okay, she's not completely wrong. I just wouldn't agree with her 90%. As in 90% of dudes are like this. Like, seriously. Plus, what's the pool that you're dipping into?
She said dating apps.
That's terrible. She did say dating apps. Mm-hmm. I was trying to get my earphones in. Oh. That makes it worse.
Yeah, she said 90% of the dudes that she's spoken to on dating apps. And her name is Tatted Blonde Mama. So,
but the thing is,
niñas,
people
niños.
Go to these dating apps
for a purpose,
for a point. Like, and you are a part of the problem with people that go to these things and end up hurt.
Extrapolate on that.
You might as well have catfished this dude and just played him with a fake picture of yourself or something. I don't know. Make him feel good for a little while and break up with him abruptly a year down the line.
I like her video the most. of the three.
It's the most honest.
Yeah, it's the most direct, and she makes a claim, and she backs, and she further goes to defend this claim.
Yeah.
However, the context of, I think she got kids. Whatever, I'm gonna say she's middle aged. Her name is Tatted Blonde Mama, so I'm assuming she has a child, and she looks middle aged. Mm-hmm. Out of the 3 videos presented, she looks the oldest, the most experienced.
Mm-hmm.
She says the second man, either the first one, they don't have a conversation. It's a dating app. Like the assumption is the app does all I need to do. You know my interest, you know what it is. I shouldn't have to try to do some flyer stuff. I ain't pick you up at a grocery store. I ain't pick you up at no library. Right. We ain't at a stoplight and we shouting through the car windows. Right. Right. It's a dating app. So it already has an assumption, be it I'm trying to slide like Just Henry, or I'm trying to figure out what you about. So the first claim is I'm trying to slide. I don't need to have all this fancy conversation. The second claim is I'm trying to build something. Are you with it or you're not? I ain't about to waste no more time than that. So if you're middle aged as a man, I'm like, all right, you got debt.
She don't like. You think she got any brothers or her dad was in the picture to be able to understand this is how men speak?
That's a great question. And if she got kids without a single father, it could be a repeating cycle.
It's gonna be making betas and unstable creatures. I was gonna say the other B word. It would have fit if I said the B word.
It's cool because I put the word in there myself, just off of just thinking how language goes. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I don't know. I'm gonna assume no. I'm gonna assume that she doesn't have that, or she may have had it, right? And he may have been a beta.
Or
I don't know, man.
She may have had it and she's just being
different,
a modern woman,
third wave feminist,
saying, you know what, I'm gonna just say what I want, and because I want what I want regardless, no matter what reality states.
Because the actuality of the situation is her claims are personal experiences, so they can be 100% valid.
Yeah,
they cannot. That doesn't necessarily mean they're wholesome, right? Because the gravity of thing is your dating app experience may differentiate from somebody else's. Right. So her being single, to me, is I think is more reflective. Like I said, the second video I don't know, but it's more reflective of the younger woman becoming the older woman, where it's deflectional, right?
Yes.
Because instead of if she said, well, I want to talk about more things than just general things, and if I try to stress to her suitors or whatever you want to call them that, all right, well, I'm looking for this and you need to do this. She still doesn't sound accountable. She makes a claim and she's just providing examples.
True.
So that's my theory in the narrative.
I will golf applaud your segue into that narrative. That was actually very, very wonderfully done.
Okay.
I have nothing to retort. I have nothing to respond with. That was great. I'm good.
Good.
You
That's
good?
it.
You good? You guys good?
We can wrap it up. Let us know if our points were wholesome, I guess.
Do we make sense?
Does it make sense?
If I sound like a buffoon, let me know.
A baboon, a clown.
I are baboon. You remember that show?
Was off Cow and Chicken?
I am Weasel. I are.
Yeah. I hate Cow and Chicken.
Really, I do too.
Yeah, I can't stand that show.
Some of the shows just didn't make sense. And you
like
know what's funny? Ren and Stimpy was cool for what it was worth, but then they tried to redo it, and then the redo was just not as good.
I didn't even know they tried to redo it. I remember Ren and Stimpy, and I remember thinking it was okay.
Yeah, but the redo was not cool. Yeah.
It was interesting. I'm about to look into that.
There's like there's a line between adult jokes and just vulgarity. You know what I mean? Like,
true. That's true.
Adult jokes are tastefully done. Ask Shrek.
Shrek is well created. But we're gonna conclude this video. Closing thoughts on the video.
We tend to ramble. All right. Closing thoughts on the third video. Dope. Great perspective to know how
white people,
how one-sided people can still be, and even white people have unrealistic, well, not unrealistic, I'll just say biased opinions as well. So everybody be prepared. She does look like she has a good pick of floral patterns as far as her dresses. And if she's got some sundresses, I'm down. Just saying.
Until next time. We go.
The Umpteenth View. It's who we are.
He said that she got some sundresses. I'm down. I see it.
Hey, y'all look up Sundress by Coco Brown and the Fat Cat Players.
Man.
Dope poem.